Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Parker Group Live. I am here today with Ed Stratton of Waterstone Mortgage, and he's going to be talking to us about some interesting topics. One question that we often get from clients is, what's the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval? And Ed's going to kind of break that down for us and tell us a little bit about it.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. So in the market right now, we know there's a lot of people that are kind of getting pre-qualified or pre-approved, or the next step up is really an underwritten pre-approval. So I'm kind of going to go over the differences between that and why it matters. So really quick, a pre-qualification is you pick up the phone or you meet with somebody in person and you kind of talk about what you make and how much money you have in the bank. That's the basic step. Doesn't really hold much weight because we haven't seen any documents or reviewed anything. Right. The next kind of step up is your pre-approval. So you've sent your loan officer some documents. You might have sent them how much you have in the bank, 2 years of tax returns, some pay stubs, and those are great. That's probably what 80% of the people these days are getting.
Okay.
The one I really want to focus on is kind of a platinum pre-approval or a underwritten pre-approval. That's your best pre-approval that you can get out there. So it means that your whole file, you've sent in all the required documents, and it's been seen by an underwriter. So the underwriter found if there's any skeletons in the closet or anything that could come up, you've already went over those. So you know that once you find a house, you can put an offer in, and if you want, you could close in 20 days or less because all they need at that point is an appraisal.
So it's much stronger for the buyer to have that type of pre-approval versus just a standard or pre-qualification, right?
Yes. So the big thing that I see happen a lot in the market right now, and you have clients that it's happened to, or you've seen it on your listings, is multiple offers coming in on a property.
Yeah.
So there's two sides to that. As the seller, which offer do you take if they're the same?
Right.
So I would always say, when you get two pre-qualifications in, find out if either one of them has been to an underwriter before.
That's a good point.
If it's been through an underwriter, you know that person's going to be able to close on your house and buy the house from you. Right. So why wouldn't you take that one?
Right.
And then as a buyer, you want every advantage you can have. So if you have a fully underwritten pre-approval, you can compete with cash offers. You can close just as fast as they can. And you can tell the seller that this has already been underwritten. Right. There's going to be no issues. All we have to do is get an appraisal.
Right. So for a seller, from their perspective, if they're looking at sometimes a cash offer, always thinking that cash is king, but maybe that's a little bit less than an underwritten pre-approval, they can sometimes maybe consider them almost equal in terms of buying ability, right?
Yes, because if you have a fully underwritten pre-approval, all you need is an appraisal. Right. So we can close them as quick as 15 days. It's all just getting the appraisal and title work back. So maybe as the seller, you don't have to take the cash offer that's $5,000 or $10,000 less because you know it's going to close. Okay. You can take that fully underwritten loan.
So what's that process for someone to get that underwritten pre-approval?
So it's a little more upfront. So we're going to ask for all the documents we need for a loan. So 2 years of tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs. And it may take, instead of it being a 30-minute conversation on the phone, reviewing documents quickly and being done, it may take a day.
Okay.
As long as you send those documents in quickly, it'll be sent to an underwriter and reviewed that day. And then you're ready to go. So it's a little more upfront, but you can have that peace of mind that when you put in an offer on a property, you can close on that property.
And those are things that the buyer's going to have to do anyway, right? You're just doing it ahead of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the process. All we did is kind of move that process to the front. Right. So before you pick that house that you love, you make sure that you can definitely get that home.
Gotcha. And so like Ed said, it's a really competitive market right now. We're seeing houses sell in as quickly as 24 hours. Some of our listings, we just listed several houses this week, and I would say at least 80% of them have gone under contract already, and we're only Tuesday. So it's really important to think about, as a buyer, what can you do to make your offer stronger? And one of those things is having an underwritten pre-approval to make sure that the seller knows that you can move forward. So think about that when you're shopping around for a lender. Reach out to Ed, reach out to us, and we can certainly help you through the process. But these are great tips, and we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks, guys.